Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. I know, it's been a while, but I felt like there was no better time to start coming back and making videos again than for Christmas and the New Year. And for the occasion, we'll be looking at the new Christmas update in War Selection, bringing us some great new changes with a new gingerbread man that you can put down to show off to your teammates and enemies, and even better, you can get these by using tech points if you want to. It's a great addition to the game, and I know I haven't been around for a while, but you can now queue both 1v1s and 2v2s at any time, which I personally think is great. I don't mind waiting a little bit longer to get into a game mode I'd much rather enjoy. I'll quickly scroll through and you can pause the video to read them yourselves if you want to. Oh yeah, there's plenty of new additions to the game, and oh, you can notice the different game modes glowing. That's just showing you that you can earn double the amount of tech points from playing that certain game mode. I believe it's only for the first match of the day, but maybe in future updates they can apply this to the lower search game modes and maybe give them a bump up in the players playing, if that made sense. It just gives you an incentive to play, and it looks like they are starting to give that. You can now search both 1v1 and 2v2 as mentioned before, and going into the shop you can see the all new Mr Gingerbread. You'll be able to see him later on. And going back quickly, I'm sure you all noticed the new fortune chests. I love the idea of these, as you can just grind the game out for tech points and gain countries and items from just opening them. When I get to 100,000 tech points, I might do a big opening of these and show you everything you can get from them, but here's just a few examples, and I hope they add a lot more cosmetics for much better use of these chests as the game develops. Well hey, look at that, we managed to get a gingerbread from just tech points, so I didn't need to spend any of my money on it. That's pretty amazing. Let's go ahead and get into a Christmas team match and find out what has changed in game. It was quite late in the evening, but I managed to get into a 4v4 team match, and the map was pretty small as well, so there's definitely going to be some Stone Age action in this one. Once I've done my starting bits, I can go ahead and show the almighty Mr Gingerbread. Look at him, pretty cool. He even crumbles when you put down a new one. You'll get to see what I mean later on. You can also see a nice touch of the Christmas presents on top of the stone alongside a chimney. That's pretty nice. Anyway, let's get into the action in this game. You will know how to start out a game of War Selection, right? Right? Always someone has to leave at the start of one of these games. It's not so bad when it's an 8v8, but now it's a 3v4, it's much tougher. And oh, look, the enemies are nice and close. About 8 minutes into the game, of course I am one of the first people to get attacked. A nice army of blue stone warriors comes straight for my vulnerable workers. Remember, I've had a bit of a break from playing. And as blue come into my base, a nice patch of red seemed to go straight into yellow's base north of me. Whilst I was dealing with these warriors coming for me, it wasn't long before this game turned into a 2v4, and it's just me and purple hoping to turn this game around. I eventually got rid of my enemy's warriors and went straight to his base for an eco attack back. I split my army to try and take out as many workers as possible, but whilst I'm focusing on that, of course an attack from red comes into my base to do even more damage to my economy and more workers get taken out. Red seems to know what he's doing as well. He's splitting his army up to attack all areas of my base and to scout out as much as possible. He's done a lot of damage, but once again I managed to deal with them and break out back into Blue's Europe base, destroying everything I possibly can. I noticed my teammate Purple is now sending some units over so he can finish off the job I'd started in Blue's base, and I started to move on to the next enemy to try and stop them from aging up so quickly. It was all about just destroying the economy and taking out their workers. It wasn't long before we got rid of Blue, and now it was a 2v3, and there was starting to be some hope. I was already affecting the economy of the next enemy, and oh no, they have horses coming. Who knows what they are going to turn into when the enemy gets to medieval. I told my teammate to try and go for Red's eco, otherwise they are just going to age up to the point where we cannot do anything. And these were my final warriors that I had. I had managed to get a few up to Yellow's base to destroy anything I could, and Purple followed. Ignoring the message I sent him to do as much damage to Red, he decided to go to Yellow instead. Because the horses were coming, I had to defend my base as much as possible, so the towers were of course going to come up to hide my workers. I now have an army of spearmen to attack with, and I had to keep attacking. The moment I slowed down and let their eco go back up, it was pretty much over for me and my teammate Purple. As I sent my spearmen out though, sadly a nice stack of legions comes straight from my base, and with no archers to defend and definitely not enough towers, it was going to be so difficult to defend against this. Instead of defending though, I still sent 30 spears out to the eco of green to do whatever I could before he literally destroys me. Unfortunately though, the legions were too strong. He killed off my attack and just carried on with his own, destroying everything in its path. I sadly took too long to age up because of the attacks I was doing at the start of the game with my warriors, and well, I tried my best to keep it up, and then I got taken out. Legions really seem to haunt me in my games. Maybe I just go Asia too much. Maybe this year you will see a Europe Donny. Who knows? Anyway, I was rooting for my guy Purple, and it was a 1v3, but two of them were quite badly knocked. It was only really Red that he had to worry about at the moment. Oh, and those legions, but he started making archers so he could defend against that and some towers to go with it. They actually did not attack for a while, so he managed to build up an eco and make a defensive army, but sadly, as mentioned, the enemy was just doing the same, and they were actually building just outside of his territory. The attack was going to come in at any minute now. Hey look, you can see the gingerbread man all broken. It's pretty cool, huh? The enemy sending their army to take out everything. And well, Purple was just running out of resources. I thought it was pretty much at the end, but then the onagers come out, or catapults, whichever one you call them, and they end up doing some pretty deadly damage, taking out chunks of his enemy at a time and pushing them back so that they had to reset their armies before they could attack again. But I mean, if they all had just pushed together, he'd be dead by now. But my guy would not give up. Fair dues to him. He managed to hold up quite a defence, but in the end, he just gave up on the resources he had and started deleting buildings like you do when you finally accept defeat. Those catapults put up a great fight though. I'm definitely going to be trying out Europe a lot more. Anyway, in the end I said GG, and you just can't win them all. I got double the tech points, and wait a minute, it seems like you get a lot less now. But that's fair, I guess. I mean, especially if you can earn countries by doing those fortune chests now, and all of that good stuff to come in the future. I just can't wait to see it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas War Selection video. Let me know what you thought down below, and be sure to like the video for more content to come in the new year. I mean, even if you don't like it, I'll still be uploading loads. Subscribe if you're new around here and to not miss out on anything that gets posted, and be sure to check out the links down below. I hope you all have a nice Christmas, and until next time, peace!